Hello, it's Dr. Wires, and I'm here to talk about the concept of emergence, in which simple rules lead to what we call complex behavior. In fact, you're witnessing it right now, which is why Dr. Wires has brought you here to this teeming metropolis, in which we have all of these people walking around, and they're walking around with simple rules. They're saying, well, I must walk forward and avoid the holes in the pavement, not trip over the curbs and so on. I must walk forward and not trip on people in front of me and make sure that I'm not offending anyone by following too closely. But in the end, they have very, very sophisticated behaviors in the environment. They are allowed, for example, to enjoy themselves, to walk about, to commune with each other, shall we say, to enjoy the many, many shops. Simple rules mean, for example, when you look at the water in the bottom of a bathtub and you pull out the drain, and what happens is the water goes around and around and around and around and around, and it goes out in a whirlpool. Now, what does this have to do with emergence? Well, if you think about it, when you start out, you have the water sitting there very calmly, not doing anything, and you pull out the drain plug, and what emerges is this thing going around in a beautiful circle. Well, why is it doing that, Dr. Wires asks? Well, it's not because there's some commander of water standing up above saying, all right, chaps, everyone to the left, and that causing the whirlpool to go in a certain direction. It doesn't happen that way. It happens because there are very simple rules. One is the rule of gravity, pulling down the water molecules, and the other is the way the water molecules interact with one another. It's just who they are, it's what they do. And as a result of these simple rules, this swirling behavior begins to swirl into a whirlpool. This is emergent behavior. Imagine a game which takes place on a checkerboard, and each little cell of the checkerboard can either be black, or dead, or white, or alive. Dr. Wires, in the spirit of emergent systems, where simple rules lead to complex behaviors, is going to describe to you two simple rules. If a cell is alive, and 2 or 3 of its neighbors are also alive now, then the cell stays alive in the next instant. The second rule is, if a cell is dead, and exactly 3 of its neighbors are alive now, then the cell becomes alive in the next instant. And you can hear this notion of alive and dead leads to the title, The Game of Life.